Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Presented by Carolina Lightweight. Come good with us. When the action begins in the studio, our referees for tonight's event are El Gato Azul and Carolina Real Streamers. For the viewers in attendance and Facebook and YouTube users around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from the El Gato Azul TV studio in Louisville, Texas, it's time! What's up, slime lovers? Welcome to the Slime Show, baby. I'm your host, Chris. Next to me is my co-host, Mr. Jamie Dunn, Carolina Lightweights.
What's up?
Over the top of him, we got the magnificent trio. We got JT in the middle. No, JT on the left. We got his dad, Tommy, on the right. Y'all got a blurry screen. And we got JT's fishing partner in the middle. So,
Bye.
guys, appreciate y'all coming on. I can blow y'all up. I'm going to see if I can get a better picture here.
There we go.
How you boys doing tonight? Good. So for people that don't know these guys, Tommy and JT have been on our Carolina Lightweights team for about a little over a year. JT's fishing partner. What's your name? Levi. Levi and JT are fishing partners. They come a lot on Tommy's boat, and they got into a pretty good adventure this year. JT stays on good fish. So, guys, tell us a little bit about y'all, where you fish, some of that good stuff.
We fish in Carr Lake, North Carolina, and Virginia. One of the Mad Catters tournaments was the one we won. We caught 105.1 pound blue.
That's incredible.
The Mad Catters.
That's some pretty stiff competition, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys, man. Y'all fish against a lot of good competition up there, man, in that area.
JT, you've been lighting them up, man. We're proud of you.
Thanks.
So tell us a little bit about the 105. Tell us kind of what kind of day it was. I know it was this spring. I saw that muddy water. So tell us kind of what area you were fishing, what y'all were, how your style of fishing, and about the catch.
We were trolling on the side. It was the first fish that morning. I gave Levi the first fish, so he had it. And then while he was reeling it in, another rod had.
Y'all got bad connection, or is that me?
It might be us. Our service is not great.
Okay. I couldn't hear you. What was that? So y'all hung into one. Levi started reeling that one in. Y'all got a second takedown?
Yeah, and it ended up being the same fish. So then we had to both reel it in at the same time.
Yeah, it looked like y'all did some good teamwork. I know that made Tommy proud seeing that.
It did, and Levi's was on the boat. One, I didn't even realize he was videoing at the time, but he did all on camera.
Man. Yeah, y'all was getting pretty excited.
Oh, they were definitely excited. without a doubt. I was just
What did y'all think when you first got? I know we saw the video and stuff. What did you think as you were sitting there reeling the fish in? What was going through your mind when you actually got to see the size of that fish?
I was very surprised with how big it was.
Yeah, we knew when we were reeling it in, we knew it was. We didn't think it was that big.
Yeah, you never know till you see them, do you?
No.
Because I can tell you from the video when I actually first saw that fish come up, it even took my breath. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And
Oh man, yeah,
I can only
went
imagine.
nuts.
So I know the excitement on the boat was going pretty wild and stuff. I mean, what was going through your mind? Were you thinking, man, just don't come off, or making sure you're doing everything right? Because it looked like y'all were just doing everything perfect.
Yeah, and then when we got him right to the boat and Daddy Net got him in the net, he wasn't paying attention, and then he came out of the net.
Oh dang, Dad!
I was getting ready to ask you, Dad, how nervous were you when you stuck that net down there? Actually, just what was going through your mind?
That net has a 7-foot handle, and I didn't realize it until I was watching the video that I had actually stepped across of the pontoon and used the entire 7-foot handle plus every bit of length of my body to get to him. And in trying to ease him back to the boat, he slipped over the rim of the net. So I had to net him a second time.
I heard there was some praying going on when I watched that video. I heard a lot of praying out loud.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So
I could only imagine, man. That you had to be sweating. I can only imagine what that was feeling like.
Man, it was. I don't know. It was a surprise,
A very,
Yeah.
a very big surprise.
When we first saw him, we didn't know he was as big as he was.
I heard Levi say, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
He knew it was big.
Oh, they definitely, all of them, it was big, and I didn't hear any of that. I was just focused at that time.
Yeah, because if you'd have missed that net, I could only imagine.
Levi's daddy boat to bring him over the rail.
Oh man!
Oh man!
What were you using for bait, JT?
was it perch or was it shad?
Shad.
Gizzard shad?
Chicken, Carly.
A laid off piece of shad, probably 3 fingers wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a big bait.
Wasn't big. And y'all
No,
it
it
was in
wasn't
the
big.
spring. So y'all were dragging up shallow, up close to the inlet, river mouth, something like that.
We were in 30-ish feet.
Oh, okay. It looked like it was muddy, real muddy.
It was. We had a lot of rain. Lake was a little shrink. We had a lot of rain in the spring. So the lake stayed muddy for 3 months, 4 months.
What setup were you using that you can let us know about? I mean, what that morning y'all went out, kind of what setup were you using, and what was your game plan?
I watched the wind all week, watched the water level, see what it was doing. And our basic dragging setup generally is 2 to 4 ounce Carolina lake weights with a leader that varies. I mean, I don't measure them. Normally, a couple Minotaur hooks. It was the showstopper we were using with that one. Is 10 Keats planter boards, and it was the furthest board out. And I send my longest board is over 200 yards.
Y'all usually find you catch your best fish on that long board, or more of your best fish on the long one?
Yeah. The ironic part of it was a very good friend of mine who's our regular tournament partner in Bugs Island Monster Cat series, Jeff Roller. He was the first to see his passion outside of this family. And he gave JT original white spinning rods. And that fish happened to hit one of those rods that he made.
Nice.
How big do you think it was when you got it in, JT?
When we first saw it, I thought it was like 70 or 80 till he tried to pick it up and fell back.
When we got it up to the boat, me and him thought it was around like 80 or 90 or to 70, but we didn't know it was triple digits.
Oh,
when I rolled it out of the net into my arms and stood up and had to sit live well, I knew it was a big fish. I
bet that sucker was hard getting it in the boat.
He was. It took me and Steven both. Steven is Levi's daddy, and he's a big guy. He's the one in one of the videos you see pick the fish up with one hand, at least.
I can that early in a tournament, JT. What were you thinking? You had to sit on that fish pretty much the rest of the tournament, but I know you're excited, man, and you're sitting there. How much coaching, or were you holding yourself back, trying to know you had to sit on that fish the rest of that tournament?
So both tournament series we fish have open scales. So as soon as I put that fish in the live well, and we have a full-size truck toolbox as a live well. Before I even pumped her in it, I said, start reeling up. We got to go. I knew he wasn't going to fit. When I filled with water, his back was 4 inches out of the water.
Wow.
So we went to the scales immediately.
So your tournament series, they have an early weigh-in, which I think is excellent for this situation for sure.
We have both of the series we fish. We fish Bugs Island Monster Cats primarily. We fish some of the Mad Catters tournaments also, and both have open scales during the tournament hours, which in the case of a big fish is great. In the case of summertime, say like August, when our night tournaments start, if you have a sizable fish, it's good for the fish.
Yeah.
To get them weighed and get them back to water.
I think that's excellent. There's a lot of tournament series out there that's like that, that's able to where you can do that and get that fish back in the water and make sure nothing happens to it.
That's right. And there's not a lot of guys that have a live well big to hold 100-pound fish all day. And I wouldn't want to if I had the live well for it, honestly.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be pretty nervous. That's why I was wondering. I didn't know that y'all was able to do that, and I think that's excellent. I encourage more tournament series to be like that for sure. Because I couldn't imagine having to sit on that.
We make sure we have somebody at our scales all the time, and come with Max does also.
Nice.
Well, y'all got another good fish too. Didn't you get a 50? Y'all got a 50 too, didn't you?
two.
Yeah, the kicker fish with that tournament was a 50.
Man, what a day.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it was a amazing day.
157 and some change.
Well, JT, I see a question, man. How hard was it fighting that fish?
It just kept peeling drag.
Stayed on the bottom, I bet.
The 68 I caught in the last tournament fought harder than the 105.
Wow. How long were you in that fight for? How did it take you? 30 minutes, 20 minutes?
I'd say
Like 20 minutes, yeah.
According to one of my partner tournament directors that was fishing close to us, it was about 20 minutes on the 105.
Wow.
That's a heck of a
He heard
fight.
the kids. He heard me yell, "Big fish," and then he heard us hollering when the fish came in the boat.
You know, man, that pure adrenaline rush, that excitement, you know, that had to be something. And I'm glad y'all had it on video, because I was so, when we were watching that video, I was like, I was sitting on the boat with y'all guys. I was sweating. I was nervous. I'm like, man, just get that fish in.
Man, I was so happy that Steven was videoing, even though I didn't know it at the time. I'm happy that no came out that shouldn't have.
Would have got off, some would have.
Yeah, I'm glad the fish did not come off in the video also.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine, man. That you had to, all your equipment worked the way it should, and that was excellent.
It shows, and the equipment, all these rods out there, the lines and the weights and the hooks. I mean, everything. There's a lot of good products out there, and everything came together right, and everything worked right.
Well, JT, the night before the tournament, are you like, I know pretty much a lot of ones that fish this tournaments. Were you double checking your gear? Were you going over it? Were you nervous that you might have missed a little nick or anything in the line?
No, because he was up on pretty much all night trying to get bait at the tournament because we didn't have bait. So,
We had 2 cutter shad that day, $3 bills, and
set 5.
about 5 little perch. And that we all worked together a little bit with bait. Out of town fishing the big tournament at Santee that day. So I think I slept about it. I got to work, had to catch bait, and got home about 1 and slept about an hour. JT
I
was
can
asleep.
promise you, I can imagine that really woke you up when y'all hooked into that one.
Oh, it did. Yeah. None of us were sleepy after that one.
Man, Chris, it looks like we got a lot of people in chat, man, and stuff.
Yeah, I'm going through here. Everybody's been rooting y'all on. We got sidetracked, just got to talking, but Matt Mosley said he's jealous. Hey, look who it is.
What's up, buddy?
Say hey to your teammates.
Hi.
What's up,
Say
action?
something. Fish.
How you doing, buddy?
You know.
Good. How you doing?
He said, "How are y'all doing?"
Good. How about you?
How you doing?
It's your teammate right here, JT. He caught a 105 pounder. What do you think about that?
Cool.
That's his fishing partner, Levi.
Yeah.
And that's his dad, JT.
Hey,
Those Carolina Lightweights teammates.
Chris, I'm sitting here watching, man, and there is these kids, man. There is so much talent up here right now, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, this is the future right here. Love seeing this.
Yes.
I love having JT on our team. I love seeing what Tommy's done. I know he's super proud. We're proud of him. I know it's not easy, Tommy, dealing with kids on the boat, but man, it seems like it's really paying off for you now. So,
Man, it's the
Kudos.
only reason I do it.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Kudos.
tell you, man.
Doing and JT, you're lucky to have a dad that takes you out and teaches you how to do all this stuff. You're going to be a world-class angler in just a few more years, probably. You're already way ahead of most kids.
Just like Action Jackson there is, too. He's got a good daddy that does the same thing.
You know, it makes us proud for sure here at Carolina Lake Weights, knowing the tradition that we, you know, it's just awesome seeing these young gentlemen up here and now young ladies on the team. You know, just seeing how y'all just blowing up as far as prospering right in front of our eyes. It's unbelievable.
Well, we appreciate, well, I appreciate the faith that you had in JT almost 2 years ago when you decided to put him on your team. Because we were pretty new to catfishing at that time. And he's done well at it. Thanks to a lot of help we've had along the way.
Myself and Chris, you know, we talk and stuff. And when Chris and we got together, and you know, it was an honor for sure. You know, that's what you know, here at Carolina Lake Weights we love to see. You know, and we love to helping, you know, everybody get their start. You got to start somewhere, and y'all guys, man, you know, y'all have come so far, and we are so proud of everything that all of our youth anglers has done, and it's been unbelievable. It really has. And you know, just like looking here at chat, you know, so many proud people out here. They were looking forward to tonight's show, and you know, guys, if y'all have any questions for JT or and stuff, let us know in chat. We would love to be able to ask them the questions that y'all guys want to know or anything like that. So definitely ask away if y'all have any questions. I was going back through here to see if I missed any questions. What size live well did you say you had on your boat?
I have a full-size toolbox as a live well. Full-size truck toolbox. So I guess 80 gallons, maybe 90.
Yep. And you said that fish, his back was actually sticking out the water on that one?
Which the fish had somewhat of a humpback, so that had something to do with it, but it's not going to. We would not keep it. So
Nice.
It's time to go.
I could, yeah. I was about to say you probably couldn't get there fast enough to the scales.
No, exactly.
Well,
but
let
we
me
did
ask
the same
you.
thing.
I mean, oh,
Jeff Fruler says, "My little man JT." Jeff Martin says, "How big a jug did you use for a 5-pounder?"
He's in the Bugs Island Monster Cat series, and he's the one that gave JT those first two big cat rods. Prior to that, we were fishing with whatever I caught on sale at Walmart.
Nice, man. Nice. You know, I was when everybody started showing back up from coming back in from weigh-in. Y'all guys probably had a picture and stuff. I mean, what was some of the reactions for some of your other teammates in the tournament?
Man, there were quite a few that walked up and congratulated the boys. Congratulated us as a team also. Seemed like everybody was happy for them. Nobody seemed jealous. Everybody. What now? The video made the mothers of these two kids cry when we sent them the video. Because
I couldn't imagine. JT,
yeah,
Rita Bennett says, get their autograph now because they're going to be famous. They're already famous in the catfish world.
JT, what were you? Were you shaking, buddy? Were you nervous? I mean, when you sitting there, you getting your picture made with this huge fish, both of you. Y'all were just holding this thing and hugging it, man. I couldn't imagine.
We were just trying to keep it in our arms.
Yeah.
Levi was about to fall.
Yeah. If you saw my face in the picture, I was like slowly going down as we were holding the fish. You can see my face. I was like, my face was like scrunched up.
Were you thinking I need to go to the gym and start lifting weights after that one?
Yes. Yes.
Weightlifting program.
Y'all, when me and Steven put that fish in their arms, we were both astounded that they were able to hold that fish for that
I was
time.
there. Me too. But also, my whole body was like, I think.
Yeah, you were about to fall.
He was just.
They were doing all they could do to hold it.
Bruce Journey wanted to know, are you done if you early weigh, or can you go reweigh another fish?
So the Bugs and Monster Cast series, you have unlimited calls during the day. You can bring 2 to final weigh-in. With Mag Hatters, you have 1 call that for the entire tournament. So you can essentially weigh 3 fish. One of them's a call. So take for instance, they weighed the 105, the 52, and the 37. They could not have weighed another fish at that point in that tournament series because the 37 would have been the cold. So we would have.
Rich Cigar at Operation Vets with Nets says he's so proud of you guys. What an accomplishment. Some folks go their whole lives and not catch such a fish.
Thank you.
That is for sure. I've been fishing my whole life. I've never seen a fish that big.
No, but you see a lot of good fish on Texoma down there.
Yeah, there's a bunch in the 60 to 80 pound class. Once they start going over that, they're pretty few and far between. There's probably a world record in there if somebody gets lucky enough to be geared up right to get it.
Just got to find him and get him to bite, right?
Yeah, I've had my bait in front of several 100-pounder, 300-pounders this year, and they didn't want what I was offering. So,
sometimes you can't make them bite. You can't always make them bite.
That's right. Everything's got to be in your favor, and everything's got to work out just right. It looks like it worked out perfect for y'all. So God blessed y'all with a great one.
It was right place, right time. Ain't no doubt about
Did y'all scout that area? As y'all were, is that something you knew you were going to go to that area? Did you go up and down looking on sonar or doing any of that before y'all fished?
It's an area we fished several times before, and we were going to fish on that morning. But we seldom. I can't say that we have ever truly marked a fish and then caught that fish. It seems we mark fish bite, but the ones we catch are too far out of range to mark.
Now, JT, when it comes to picking out spots, how much input do you give your dad on that, Bubba?
A little bit.
You interrupted me on that.
There's the times he said, "Hey, Daddy, let's go fish there," and it's paid off.
So you're really getting the instinct.
When we were up the river one time, I just saw this random log jam, and I said we should fish there. And then we had 3 big flatheads on, but they all broke us off in the log jam.
Man. So that gut instinct, you're starting to grow that gut instinct, and you're knowing what to start looking for.
Man, we've had a lot of folks that's bent over backwards to help JT. And we listen when somebody tells us something or gives us advice and pay attention, and we utilize it.
That's some of the best way to learn. And then if you can implement that on the water and see it actually work, it's like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We learned something that actually worked, and you can repeat that.
But when somebody gives me advice for JT's sake, I listen every word.
Juan says, congrats on a fish of a lifetime. Y'all motivate my kids to go and get a hog like that.
He gets one, buddy. That kid's doing great. But you're putting the time in for him.
Yeah, Juan's another father and son fishing duo. Love seeing what Juan's doing. So get you on here soon, Juan.
I got a question from Richard. What kind of nicknames have y'all boys have your friends give you nicknames or anything now? Do you go around as the big cat monsters or
No, just the Catfish Kid.
That's a pretty good name. I think you nailed it on that one, buddy.
Yes.
Jeff Martin says that's a fish of a lifetime. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Levi, what's your catfish nickname?
I haven't had one yet. I haven't got one. No
Well,
one's told me one yet.
JT, you need to work on that for Levi.
Okay.
It's looking
Y'all,
like
I see
you
these
boys
boys.
are a pretty good duo.
They're going to be leaving us at the dock in about 5 years.
Y'all can run the scales.
I saw JT throwing the net, getting bait. that's the dad's dream right there.
He does pretty good with a net. I will say that. He wants to go with me every time, but sometimes he's got school, so he can't go.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you got to
he
get that
does a pretty good
education
job.
in. Now that you've got that on videotape, have you started your own YouTube channel?
I got a couple of videos out there on his YouTube channel. It really hadn't taken off.
YouTube's difficult.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for 3 years, and I got 2,000 subscribers.
It is, and if you put any music with it, they end up deleting it, and
Yeah.
it's hard to figure out.
You gotta get a video that music that's not copyrighted.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, man, it's very tough over there for sure. But I can tell you, man, get you the way you doing, get you some videos, and man, that's something you can always go back and you can rewatch over and over.
Yeah.
And,
That's the beauty of YouTube. That's really why I started doing it, so I could have a memory for me and my son later on down the road, because you lose all the stuff on your phone. So it's going to be cool, Tommy, when y'all can go back in 15 years and look at some of these trips y'all had. And I think that's probably the coolest thing about a father and son fishing together, putting videos out.
It is, and I guess that's one of the coolest things about social media in general is a year from now it's going to remind us of this.
Yeah.
I think I'll forget.
And 5 years and 10 years.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, man, a video like that could be a once in a lifetime video, or it could be something, you know, that on your bad days you go back and say, man, we can do this. This is what we can do right here. And it cheers you right back up. Because it definitely has.
If you have a down day, watch that video, it'll cheer you up. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So for people that want to find y'all, what's the name of your YouTube channel, JT?
Our YouTube and TikTok is JT Catfish Kid.
JT Catfish Kid, and JT's got a fishing page too on Facebook.
Yep.
And Levi's TikTok is
Levi_the_fisherman. I think it might be. I checked.
It is.
It might be Levi
I
the
think
fisherman.
it is.
Levi_the fisherman.
Hold on, I'm checking.
Green says he's gonna call you Whiskers.
Here. Levi_the_fisherman.
Why y'all act like that?
Yeah, any of the social media, JT is JT Catfish Kid. And that's YouTube included.
And guys, I encourage everybody on our YouTube and on TikTok for sure, go over and watch these videos, subscribe to them, and definitely give them a thumbs up, because I'm gonna tell you, these youth anglers, man, they put in a lot of work and time, and they are really showing out.
Yeah, love having you guys on the team. What's next in store? What do y'all got? What do y'all got cooking?
So right now we're preparing for our big tournament in October, along with the rest of the Bugs Island Moth series and the rest of the Mad Catter series. So August, September, October, going to be very busy. Our King of Bugs is a 3-day tournament, 2-day tournament with a big fish day on Friday, which I'm one of the directors, so that's keeping me very busy. JT's looking forward to fishing it. My wife may be working the scales. So it's going to be, we got a busy few months after this little summer heat break.
Justin Cox had a question earlier that said, how do you guys like the Team Keats planer boards? He ordered a pair recently and they are huge.
Love them. I have run them back when Jonathan was testing them. Had a couple of sets assisting in the testing. And I ran them beside 2 other sets of planer boards. And they outperformed, period. They pull out hard, they pull out strong. It doesn't matter if you're running even at 0.3, they pull out. Even with big baits. One of the things I really like about them is when you're reeling them in, a lot of other planer boards dig. But I don't know what it is about the design, but it will surf across the top of the
Unless
water.
you got a fish on.
They don't dig that. I haven't compared them to every board by any means, but they are fantastic boards. They work for us well. And that's all we use now.
Y'all like to drag with the wind or drift with the wind? Y'all drag against the wind? How do y'all generally drag when you're dragging?
I like to put my nose in the wind the best I can. I'm beginning to learn that once the wind gets to a certain point, I need to be going with the wind with more drift socks.
Yeah. Looks like when you get up to about, in my experience, once you get over about 12 miles an hour in the wind, the fish kind of start orienting into the wind, and you can see them all on the graph facing into the wind. So I tell guys, if it's light wind, you can go wherever you want, but if it's pretty big wind, go with the wind, and you'll catch a lot more fish. So
yeah,
that's my experience with it.
We're still, like I said, we're only 3 years into catfishing, like target and big fish. So we're still a lot, and there's a lot of people that's helping us. But we have met some wind that just back in April, we were practically blown off the lake.
Yeah.
4-foot waves, and the trolling motor could not keep up. So,
yeah, wind makes boat controls probably the hardest part about the wind. It does blow your boards all over if you're going with the wind. I will say one of our best days of the year was the day the polar front hit, and we had 4-foot rollers coming over the back of the boat. My buddies were, can't believe you're out there. What are you thinking? I'm thinking we're out here hammering these big fish. So wind can be your friend if you're able to kind of keep control of everything.
Yes, and we're on a pontoon now, so we don't have to worry about the waves coming over the stern and sinking us. So
yeah,
you know,
that pontoon drifts a little faster though in the wind, right? I mean, it catches the wind a little bit.
It does.
Wet.
It's like a sail.
Yeah. So what's too much?
You get in April it became a 35 straight down pipe. I know a couple of guys that had pontoons that stayed on the lake and turned around and went with the wind with double 10-foot drift stocks and did well.
Fish like
Yeah, like you said, Chris, the fish fighting great. Even though it was windy and wavy and nasty, the fish were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just gets really, it's really a beating. Everything, you're tangling more, just trying to get everything to spread is difficult with the wind. The wind's catching your line and blowing them into the other lines. But if you're able to get everything spread out, once you get it out there, it can be great fishing.
Yes. Yes.
What's y'all's limit on the pontoon? When are you starting to say, okay, it's too much, it's time to go?
It went from 20 sustained, which we were with, to 35 to 40 sustained, and it was pushing us back.
That's too much.
We ended up tangling line in the prop on the main motor, tangling line in the trolling motor. I cut 8 lines on one side of the boat.
Not 2 fish though, man.
Oh,
and
man.
line 3 fish.
Yep. That'll send you
Ended up
home.
throwing it on the lake. You know, ran up a creek the rest of the day on that turn.
I don't blame you on that, brother.
Rich says having power poles really helps with the wind and keeps those boards straight. I've heard that, Rich. I don't have power poles. I just can't bring myself to spend that kind of money on something that I don't anchor a whole lot anymore now that I drag so much. So,
and we don't either. Since we started using the planer boards, we don't anchor.
Don't anchor when it's the river.
yeah.
Nice. Do you find yourself when you're on the river using planer boards also, or while you anchored fishing, or you just throwing out?
We just throw out, but the thought of the planer board to place the bait where I want it and use the dragging weights so that the fish don't feel so much weight. So that's something I'm gonna try.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, it really works good. We pretty much just got away from using the regular pyramid weights, and now with the new river weights and stuff, we get a lot of good feedback on it. A lot of people have switched over to those.
I've found using planer boards, I'll use them a lot of instances where I used to anchor. Now I'll put my nose in the wind and pull my stuff out and spread everything out with planer boards.
Yeah.
So much easier than dropping anchors.
It is, man. I don't like pulling anchors. It's too much work.
Back-breaking work. But Tommy, looks like you got a couple little anchor pullers coming up in the ranks.
They're getting big enough they can start pulling anchors.
Hey, I asked you to pull anchors a lot.
JT pulls anchors. He does.
Sometimes you got to anchor. That's the only, if you want to catch them, that's the only way you can do it. So, I mean, I'm not totally against it, but I'm with you guys. I'd rather planer board any day.
I would too.
Anchoring,
absolutely.
Anchoring so much more work.
Yeah, it is. It is, and it's if you're not if it's not working for you, it's real easy to reel up planer boards. It's not real easy to move on after anchoring up.
It is. And one of my biggest pet peeves is tight lines. I like my lines tight.
Yeah.
And no matter how you anchor, you're going to have a slight line somewhere when a boat comes by. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Especially in a pontoon, it's hard to get those lines tight. Especially if you got a little wind, some waves.
Yeah. And on bugs, the wind never blows one way constantly. It's terrible.
Nice. Well, JT, man, you got anything you want to add, buddy?
Why don't you drop us all your sponsors real quick? You got a bunch of sponsors, people that are supporting you. Give them a little plug.
Carolina Lake Weights, Minotaur Hooks, TK Boards, and Catch the Fever.
Do you have any codes you want to drop for people that might want to get a little discount?
So with Carolina Lake Weights is CLW10. With Minotaur Hooks is JT Catfish Kid 25. Boards is there's no code with that. He's got a sale going right now through the 4th of July at I believe it's $69 a set with free shipping.
75.
Might be 75.
They went from 85 to 75.
That's right, it's 75 with free shipping.
Nice.
And Catch the Fever is Catfish Kid 10.
Nice. What do you got coming up? Y'all got tournaments on the horizon, or it's kind of tournament season on hold till a little bit later?
The tournaments start back up in August. Both of the series we fish in Carl Lake kind of paused their tournaments during in July. There's no tournaments. So we'll start back up pretty heavy in August. And August, September are very busy.
Y'all fish probably still on the beds.
They are now. August and September will be night tournaments, and we do that to help. The water's already hot, so we don't need the sun beating down on somebody's live well.
Fishing's tough anyway after about 10 a.m. in the summer, so they don't even bite really. They shut down.
But even in the summertime with our night tournaments, we have open skates, so nobody has to hold a fish all night about that fish.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice. And JT, we can find you on YouTube at what, Bubba?
JT Catfish Kid.
Nice.
And your
That's
Facebook
YouTube,
page
TikTok,
is
Facebook.
You got a TikTok
page is also JT Catfish Kid.
Okay. And Levi's
And
TikTok is Levi_the fisherman.
The Levi_the_fisherman.
Well, man, I tell you, boys, y'all keep up the good work because you're definitely on top of your game, and just keep grinding it, man, because I'm very proud of you, myself, and Rebecca. We are so proud of you. And
yeah,
y'all
maybe
guys
to the CatCon this year, JT. So hopefully we'll get to hook back up next year.
We're gonna try to get there 25.
All right, we'll be there.
So we
If,
hook up with
if, I,
y'all again.
if I can get Jackson out that way, I'll know who I'm fishing with. So,
Hey, if you ever, I ain't making no promises, but we'll try.
that's
Well,
all we do. We'll have
keep
fun.
it.
Hey, Tommy, we can't lose with these kids on the boat. We can't lose. We're winning
Man,
just
if
being
you
on the water.
put JT and Jackson together, oh man, I can't even think about it right now.
I
Yeah.
tell you, boys, Carolina Lake Race is very proud of all of our youth anglers, man. Y'all guys keep rocking it out. Do what you're doing, but have a good time doing what you do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm enjoying
And
watching
right
you
here has a
guys.
good-
I've been enjoying following you guys. It's been exciting seeing JT past couple of years. He's growing up so fast, man. It's happening too fast.
He is. I wish he'd slow.
I wish they would slow down and stay like this for a little bit longer, but proud of you, JT. Levi, you're doing good, buddy. Y'all keep up the great work. Tommy,
And
you know how much I respect you and what you're doing, buddy. So keep it up. Keep it up, man.
thank you, man.
And thank y'all guys so much, man. We really do appreciate it.
Thank
Jamie,
you.
you got anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Yes, we are going to go on Facebook, do a live Monday afternoon around 7:30, somewhere in that time. We're excited. So myself and Rebecca, we're gonna make a little announcement on Monday. So we got some cool, exciting things happening. So y'all guys check us out Monday around 7:30 on Carolina Lake Wake's Facebook page. We're gonna go live.
JT, Tommy, y'all come down to Texas. Y'all always got a spot on the War Machine, so we'll go catch some Texas lake monsters.
Man, we can
Probably won't be any 105s, but
$2. This is one of them. Her head just popped up when you said Texas.
I'll go.
There you go.
They want to go to Texas.
yeah, come on, man, come on. Dallas has a lot of cool stuff to see for kids and a lot of entertainment, good food. And if y'all come at the right time of the year, I guarantee you we'll hammer big fish. So we'll get everybody hugging some slimy.
I've already told them. I said, if we go to Texas, we're fishing. Do what you want to fish.
Yep, come on down. Usually our best fishing starts in October and it wraps up in April. So anytime in there, y'all come on and we'll go get it done.
Okay. All right. We'll sure do it. And if y'all ever find your way up here now, same thing. And about the same time of
I'm
year.
definitely going to work. Me and Jackson going to make it out there. I don't know when, but we're definitely going to get out there and we're going to jump on y'all's boat. So I think
Absolutely,
it'll be exciting.
man.
Well, appreciate you guys. Thanks everybody that stopped in, tuned in, spent some time with us tonight. Appreciate you, Jamie, JT, Levi. You boys keep up the good work, man. Love what y'all guys are doing. So,
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
anytime.
You boys.
We'll have to get y'all on next year when you get your 120.
Fingers crossed.
There you go, buddy. It's gonna happen.
JT wants the world. I'll just tell you that.
Hey, y'all are on the right fishery for it. I bet you there's one swimming around in there.
Oh, I'm sure there are multiple in there, but finding him and catching him is a different story.
Finding not important. Another story.
That's right.
Y'all got good a chance as anybody, so I hope y'all get it. That'd be awesome.
Well, I know
That'd be awesome if
who's
you
not
got it. Here's
I'm
the
not-
issue. If one of y'all hooks into it, you can't give it up to the other one, or it doesn't count as a record. So somebody's gonna be fighting over that ride.
You switch back and forth.
Right.
There you go.
One of them, I promise.
Well,
$50.
Elgato Azul for Jamie Dunn, Carolina Lake Weights, JT Catfish Kid, Tommy Ruffin, and Levi, Mr. Whiskers. Tight lines. God bless.
Have a good one, y'all.
God bless y'all.